Right, hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Antony Carpen here, and I'm just by Queen's Road, which is here, which I would love to see pedestrianised one day. And I've got a big bus behind me, and there's another bus over there, but actually in the grand scheme of things, I think we seem to be okay in terms of buses, in terms of not being overcrowded. But one of the things the sign behind me says is that buses have only 10 minutes to park here and drop people off and then let people go again. Now, this is where you get a lot of the tourist buses dropping off people, as we can see over there. Just zoom in. And zoom back out again. Oh. And there goes another unibus, which is the next thing I'm going to go on to, because behind me is effectively what's Queen's College Green. Now, if you've read the rumours in the papers, there are some who are saying that this is going to be the site of a brand new bus station to serve the route that's going to come in from West Cambridge over there. But this has been officially denied by the Greater Cambridge City Deal board members. Now, we've got some meetings coming up this autumn, and it remains to be seen what happens in terms of their decision on the West Cambridge Busway proposed, because there are a lot of people that, along that route, certainly within the city, who are against it. Now, as if on cue, we've got a big walking tour coming up behind us. Don't go on King's Parade today, it's a nightmare. It's packed full of people and illegal punch touts, and in the grand scheme of things, the whole thing is just a big mess. You've got punch touts who, are trying to earn a living. You've got Scudamores who have the monopoly, and you have this very ancient organisation called the Cam Conservators, who are charged with basically enforcing the law and the bylaws of the river. And in the grand scheme of things, the whole thing is a mess, and there are too many people who want to use the river, and the river is just not big enough. So, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, that's another thing, I guess, that needs to be sorted out. Can we have like another canal next door to it that people can use so we can increase the capacity of it? I don't know. But as you can see, if I just switch the camera around, that green that group of tourists have just walked past, that is the only site I can reasonably see at the moment in this part of town where buses could reasonably turn around and go back the other way, which personally I think would be a tragedy, and I reckon that you'd have a mini riot if that happened. Now, the reason why people are concerned about this is because the proposals for the West Cambridge Busway, which is proposed to go all the way out to Cambourne, and actually from Cambourne's perspective, it would be great to have a direct link into the city. But the one thing that the Greater Cambridge Partnership, formerly the Greater Cambridge City Deal, have not answered is what happens to the buses when they hit Grange Road over there, or West Road, or even Queen's Road. And as we know, as the studies produced by the partnership themselves have shown, most of the delays in the bus journeys and the journeys in particular by car are in that last mile. That's where you get all the jams. This is one of the risks with the proposals for the A10 dualling north of Milton, is because once you hit the A14 and you hit Cambridge, that's where you get all of the traffic jams. Further up the road, we've also got Madingley Road, and again, it's in that last mile, really between as you hit the M11 going eastwards coming into the city, that in your rush hours is where you get your jams. Now, one of the other things I've noticed compared to the years when I was growing up here is that you're seeing more and more traffic jams coming into Cambridge in the evening rush hour, just as you have traffic going the other way, kind of counterintuitively, in the morning. This is one of the reasons why Dr. Colin Harris's idea of the Cambridge Light Rail Underground for me is ever so important. I run the Facebook page for it, and incredibly excited actually by the first of all by the concept, because it's for me, light rail underground or some sort of underground is the way to go, in particular with the city centre. But the second thing is that the Mayor of Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, James Palmer, has formally commissioned the first feasibility studies for the light rail underground. So it'll be very interesting to see what the technical experts have to say about Dr. Harris's idea, in particular as to whether, first of all, it's technically feasible, in particular with the geology, and then secondly, what sort of finance are we looking at? Because remember, again, one of the proposals with Dr. Harris's idea is that you effectively ban tourist coaches like these ones here from coming into the city. What you do is you have effectively parkway stations, let's say for example up at Granta Park or 6 Mile Bottom or somewhere on the outskirts of the M11, and you say to all of the tourists and the coach drivers, deposit all of your tourists onto the light rail stations at the edge of the city and then come in, and then again at the edge of the city you provide the sorts of facilities that coach drivers would just dream of. You just say, look, free meal, free showers, if you deposit more than X number of tourists who then buy who then buy their light rail underground tickets for the day. Anyway, I'm going to end it here, and I shall see you soon. Toodaloo.